Welcome to episode 32 of Dad and Company Pod. Sheesh, almost fucked it up again. God, every time. I'm awesome. I'm an expert at something. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just good, you know? I didn't do anything today. I just did a bunch of school today, so...
Nah, people are texting me.
I can't be bad. How are you? How was work?
Work was fucking busy today. Like, busy today.
Was it fun?
I mean... so, I had... during my normal lunchtime, I had a meeting, and then I got really busy after the meeting. At like 2:30, I finally had, like... I had a meeting where I was going to sit down, and I wasn't, like, heavily involved with the meeting. So
that was your lunchtime?
What?
That was your lunchtime then?
Yeah, so while I was taking notes and listening and giving input every once in a while, I opened a can of Campbell's Chunky Soup and just ate it straight from the can.
While it was cold?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, sure.
That is gross. Isn't it like watery and stuff?
It was.
So you drank tomato water pretty much?
No, Campbell's Chunky Sirloin Burger Soup.
Ah.
Shout out to Campbell's if you're listening.
Sirloin. That sounds even worse cold. That sounds terrible.
Coming from the guy who literally, like, puts his McDonald's chicken nuggets in the fridge before he eats them.
But that's not canned sirloin, right? Gross.
It's not canned sirloin. You are correct about that.
I'd rather just go hungry.
Well, I had only had a monster up to that point.
Well, I'd rather just go hungry.
Oh, I mean, you absolutely could go hungry, but I do not like going hungry. But other than that, I mean, it was busy. Day went by pretty quickly. Got a lot of shit done. Because I'm off tomorrow, because I got to take Alexia to the dentist.
I forgot about that.
So I got to get up, get JC to school.
Oh, you're going to take her? I could still take her. I don't mind.
I could take her. I'll be here. So you can sleep in tomorrow.
All right.
And then after that, I got to come back, call into a meeting. So I know I just said I was off, but...
Kind of off.
And then after that, I have a training, like a 1-hour training session. And then by the time I get off that, I could get something small to eat. And then it'll be time to take Alexia to her dentist appointment.
Something bigger than canned sirloin.
I don't know, man. It was delicious.
Was it actually?
Yes, it was delicious. I've eaten worse things in my day.
True. But you've also eaten better things.
Also true. Like that shit your mom made me today for dinner.
Pasta and garlic and oil and...
Parmesan
and...
Pepper, and it was delicious.
Pasta water.
White pepper.
Never heard of it. Salt?
Yeah, there was salt in it. But there was also white pepper. You've eaten white pepper before because I put it in a lot of my barbecue rubs.
Ah, so I probably like it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you do. More people are texting me.
You're popular.
Shout out to Riley, if you're listening. I mean, you're not listening right now, but, like...
You never know.
Well, I do know. We're not live broadcasting. I'm not to that point yet. So, now that we've got the pleasantries out of the way...
Pleasantries, yeah.
This week's episode, we will say... Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Ant-Man, Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, do not listen to the rest of this episode if you don't want to. If you don't want shit spoiled for you.
Or if you do want it spoiled, continue listening.
Or if you do want it spoiled, or you don't care, or you just want to hear us hilariously get shit wrong.
Everything wrong.
True. Go ahead and keep listening. Anyway, let's go ahead and start it off. Overall, what did you think of the movie?
I liked it. I don't think it was bad, and there wasn't anything I disliked about it. I know a lot of people didn't like it or didn't rate it as high. I just think the problem is Marvel kind of set their bar so high with everything. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
The way I look at it is it's a Marvel movie, so like you're gonna get me out of the house for it.
Right.
You slap Marvel on it, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make it if it's a series and it's coming out once a week, I'm gonna make it appointment television.
Yep.
If it's a movie, we're going Thursday when it comes out. Like
every time.
No, yeah, every time. Just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna miss it. We're gonna watch it. The thing that I didn't like about it is there were things in the movie that I think distracted from the storyline, and not in a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of way, where it was like jokes, and that's fine because I like Ragnarok. I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
The holiday special was amazing, and there's just even Spider-Man has a lot of it. A lot of humor mixed into the storyline.
Right.
But for some reason, I found
everything with MODOK.
Every fucking thing with MODOK was so distracting.
True.
From the storyline.
I still liked it though.
It was absurd. It was hilariously dumb.
True. It was definitely not Marvel.
It was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
Like, they purposely had the CGI terrible, right?
They had to have, man. They had to have. It was not good. But they tried to cram an entire story arc for MODOK inside of
True.
Not even a B story inside of a movie. This shit was like D story, F, Elemento X story. Like, he was barely on the screen.
True.
And they tried to cram, okay, we feel sorry for him, or like he's evil. We feel sorry for him. Oh, he's evil again. He redeems himself. And now everything's all cool. And he's an Avenger now.
I don't think he's an Avenger now. I think he was just saying that, right?
Yes. It was, I almost said Peter Quill. That would have been the first thing. Like, yep, and we're done. So I'm already in Galaxy of the Guardians mode. But
Galaxy
Scott Lang and Hope were, right. Yeah, you're gonna die, right? Then absolutely, buddy.
Which, if you watched, he never actually died on the screen.
Really?
His heartbeat monitor never went flat.
I think it turned red, and like I thought the last one was a straight line.
Maybe, but I didn't see it. I just thought it went down.
Well, when it comes out on Disney Plus, we'll find out, because I am not going back to the movie theater to watch it. Another way that I gauge Marvel movies is,
right,
would I see it twice in the movie theaters?
Right.
Not this one.
No.
Sorry.
This was something groundbreaking.
That's true.
It wasn't bad though, in my opinion.
So,
what about, other than MODOK, what did you think of it?
I thought that if it were a Kang movie, it would have been amazing.
True, yeah.
Because Jonathan Majors fucking killed it in that movie. He was awesome. Kang was awesome in that. By far, the standout performance of the movie.
Which I think that was the point, honestly.
Yeah, we get to like introduce, get to know who Kang is, his backstory. I guess it kind of was like a Kang origin story.
Kind of interesting what they decided to do with him, though. Like, is Kang the Conqueror coming back specifically?
I think so.
Made it, like, Scott at the end made it sound like it. Like, foreshadowing.
Did they do the thing where it's like, Kang will return? Or is that something I made up?
I think that they did do that at the end of the credits. But I don't think they didn't say Kang the Conqueror will return.
They just said Kang?
Yeah. But the way Scott at the end was, like, doubting, like, that the job was actually done, remember?
Oh.
Kind of like foreshadowing, I think.
When he's walking?
Yeah.
Wait, what did he have in his hand? Donuts? A cake. He had a cake. He had Cassie's cake.
Yep.
That's right.
And then even while like he was eating and everything, he was doubting everything.
True. So let's back up. Let's go to the beginning. We'll just give a brief overview of what happened in the movie. So we open up the movie, and it's fucking off the bat. Just starts.
Yep. Like 5 minutes in, they go into the quantum realm.
Yeah, Cassie builds a
Compass.
a quantum communication device.
Right.
And Janet?
Yeah, Janet.
Janet. Jeesh. Man, struggling.
I can remember all of them except for Janet.
She says, fuck. Cassie tells her when she's explaining what... I'm going to back up again. The fucking hate that Scott gets at the beginning of this fucking movie for being like an absentee father.
Oh yeah,
and then
Cassie, yeah.
marketing his book instead of trying to use his powers to save people.
Right.
So we find out Cassie is a criminal, but she's like fighting the revolution or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Like the good fight of those who have been displaced by the blip.
Yep.
So after that, we go to
Their house,
and it's in the basement. They all find out that Hank and Hope have been helping.
It was while Scott was in the quantum realm
Well, not only
for
that,
the 5 years.
but even
After, yeah.
even when he had been out, we find out that she had been in trouble and
studying the books as well. Like
studying Hank's books. Yeah. And then turns on this locator or not a locator, it's an echo device.
Right.
To communicate.
Send a signal down.
Right.
Then,
they can study the quantum realm without going to the quantum realm.
or so they thought.
Sends a beacon signal. The beacon sends a signal back. And that's when Janet flips out.
Yeah, she panics.
Turn that shit off.
Smashes the device pretty much.
Yeah,
and malfunctions pretty much and sucks them all down.
Yep, and they get split up. And that's when they meet a couple different groups of people. And on their adventure, you meet a couple of ridiculous heroes, a couple of ridiculous, just B characters. Not even Korg and Meek B, but I think below Korg and Meek. Fair or...
Yeah, I think so. I like the little red guy, though. I don't remember his name.
Who doesn't have holes?
Yeah, well, now he does.
I don't have holes.
He was funny. I thought he was gonna die, but...
Hey, babe.
Hi. I know you're recording, but I was just in the car with your daughter, and there was milk on the seat, and now I have a milky ass, so I want clean clothes.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks. She's got a milky ass.
It's all creamy.
Wow.
And then I started talking about ass milk in the car with your daughter. And I assume you guys were talking about Quantumania.
Yes, we are talking about Quantumania.
From Quantumania to milky ass, you're welcome.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that happened.
I don't even know where we were.
Well, we were talking about the characters that they met.
B-roll characters.
Right.
The blobby guy. I don't even know what his fucking name was. I'm gonna call him
Deb or something.
I'm gonna call him Tim.
Okay.
But they find out that Janet started this fucking revolution against Kang.
They as in, like, Scott and Hank. And
Right.
Cassie.
And she led this entirely different life because she said 30 years. She was in the quantum realm for the equivalent of 30 years.
Right.
So I don't know how that works out, but
I don't know how time works there. Nobody does.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think anybody does. And then they find out that Kang crashed his ship there.
Right.
And he was stranded with...
way back when Janet was there, right?
Yes. Like, what'd she say? She probably gave a timeline. I just don't remember it.
Yeah, maybe. But, they worked together pretty much for a while. And then... Janet...
To restart his ship.
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to explain because the ship was the only way they can get back. And they had to, like, power up the core, pretty much.
Yes.
And eventually, like, after a while, they could power it up again, right? And then, apparently, since the ship was controlled by Kang's mind, she could touch the ship and then see everything that he's done, and pretty much destroyed a bunch of timelines. So Janet saw that, and no longer wanted him to go back.
Right, because...
It would lead...
to the destruction, because he wanted to unify the timeline.
Right. So Janet destroys the core, pretty much. Yeah, she, like, shrinks it.
Didn't destroy it. No.
Well, she uses both the shrink and the bigify ones at the same time.
Right, but it made it gigantic, though.
Yeah, but it made the actual core part tiny. Remember, they had to go into it.
That is true, yes. So it made the outside of it gigantic, and then the inside of it, the core, very, 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 very small.
Right.
So they spend the entire movie trying to get back to each other, fighting off these fucking Kang bots, or whatever they are.
They one-shot all of them.
They're just insta-giving all these things. And then when they do finally get to the big scene, Scott has to shrink way, 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 way down.
Or else... Well, technically, we've skipped over the part where Scott and Cassie got kidnapped by Kang, pretty much.
True.
From MODOK.
Oh, Jesus. I'll try to just shut everything of MODOK out.
True, but I think it's important that they got kidnapped.
Yeah, that's pretty important. And then Kang threatens to kill Cassie.
If Scott doesn't
help
right.
make the core smaller so he can power his ship, so he can go destroy, so he can win.
Right.
So he can destroy all of the other Kangs, all of the other timelines, unify the timelines, and huzzah, Bob's your uncle.
I wonder if we're ever going to meet a 616 Kang.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, we haven't yet, unless this one's 616 Kang.
The Conqueror is 616. I mean, you never know. But they fight Kang. Scott goes into the core to get it.
Right.
To shrink it down. And
it's the craziest part of the movie.
It's as he keeps it's a, what do they call, a probability paradox.
Right, or something like that.
And every decision that could or couldn't be made makes him
multiply, pretty much.
Multiply, which I'm pretty sure they stole from Rick and Morty.
Did they? I haven't watched it. I wouldn't know, but
I don't think they stole it, but it
works similarly.
So they keep splitting, and
then they work together. It's like a hive mind almost.
It is like a hive mind. They meet Baskin Robbins Scott there.
Yeah, true.
That guy is hilarious. And then all of a sudden, instead of fighting each other, like you said, they all start working together because they have one common goal.
To get the core.
No.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah.
Technically, yes, but that's not the unifying thought.
It's to save Cassie.
It's to save Cassie. So, she has, like, comms with him. And she's like, don't give up. And
the inspirational speech.
Yeah, the inspirational speech from the character of interest or whatever.
Yep.
And then they all work together, and he like throws the little bigger fire. Right?
Yeah, and all of them start throwing them. They all just keep getting disintegrated, pretty much.
Yep, and then all of a sudden
They lose their hive mind.
and they start to fall, and as he's falling,
Turns out, Wasp was flying down in there too.
yep, grabs him, and then as she grabs him, all of their possibilities come back and meld into one for each of them.
Yep.
And then they blow the damn thing up and take it, and that's the end of the movie. Not quite.
No. So pretty much Hope tells... No, it's not. It's Janet who says, don't give the core, right?
That is correct.
To Kang. But then Kang is powerful, so he just got it anyways.
Yep, he gets a suit.
Yep.
And
the core gave him... Wait, no, he already had the suit.
at that point, did he?
Because he got the suit from when he first got the ship.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But he like goes into his suit and he does powerful stuff.
Turns all blue.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. It just was so...
From here, I don't remember, but...
Well, they fight him. Hank, Cassie, and Janet they all make the portal to get out of... to go back home.
Wait, there's more we have to talk about. Like, Hank's ant army.
Oh, yeah.
That's the part... That part is where we meet it.
You don't like... So when they all get sucked into the quantum realm, it shows
the ants.
a bunch of ants, which, by the way, are super intelligent now, and according to Hank, have lived millennia, or whatever he said.
Right. Well, the thing is... I don't remember. Oh yeah, we meet them when... actually, like, right after Kang gets the core. Because then MODOK goes up to the ship that Hank is in, because he's still in the ship. And then MODOK like takes his little helmet off, shows that he's
Darren Cross.
And then
Dun dun dun.
and then that interaction's pretty funny. But then it looks like they're gonna kill Hank. That's what I thought. Honestly, I don't know. What did you think that?
No, I actually didn't think that Hank was gonna die.
Well, I thought from that scene, like when he took down the ship and made it like crash, I was like, oh no, that's the end of him. Turns out no, and that's when we, like a few scenes later, cuts back to the ants saving Hank. Remember? Well, not necessarily saving him, but walking up to Hank.
Right.
And then that's when they see the ants. Yeah. Or not when they see the ants.
Because Kang is fighting. He's killing like every fucking buddy.
Right.
He's killing the ships. He's Iron Man laser beaming everybody down.
Right, because he wants to get out.
That is correct.
Like he put the core in the like, I don't know, reactor thing. And it's working on flying away. But nobody else is having that.
Yep. So all of a sudden, Kang's killing everybody, and then it looks pretty dire. They're all gonna die, and then this fucking army, and I mean a goddamn army, millions of fucking ants, come swarming up
with Hank,
and he's like, my ants.
Yeah.
He talks about these fucking ants all movie. They could not have broadcast the fact that ants were going to be a giant fucking factor in this movie
anymore. Yeah.
More than what it was. I don't know if Hank talked about his ants more or if Scott talked about his fucking book more. But,
true.
But goddamn, they... And then at the end, Cassie like quotes Hank quotes
the book.
Quotes his book, and you read my book, and in the cheesiest fucking Marvel shot of all time, he's like, every goddamn word.
It's so funny though.
What the fuck? What was that?
Hank is so funny.
I like him, but
like he's old. That's why I was expecting him to die. That guy's like 90 now.
So MODOK gets his redemption arc. helps.
And then dies.
Yeah, helps to destroy Kang's fucking shield thing.
Oh yeah, because he can put up a shield to like stop the ants from getting to him. It's
Correct.
Like a
Correct.
Very tiny, like personal shield.
Correct. And then when they're all fighting Kang in the room, like Kang's throne room or whatever it was,
This is the important part.
they being Hank, Janet, Hope, Cassie, and
Scott.
They make a portal to go back home. 3 of them go through. So Hank, Janet, Hope go through.
And then Cassie and Scott are still there.
About to
Taking
go
their time
through.
for some reason.
Oh, because cinematics. Yeah. Just, oh, this is going to be so good. We're going home, Cassie. We're going home. Oh, let me hug you for 30 seconds. Do a 3-minute montage and monologue about how fucking awesome we are. And then, of course, fucking Kang shows up and he shoves Cassie through. And Cassie was like...
Scott shoves Cassie through,
Scott,
not Kang.
Yeah, Scott shoves Cassie through, and then he was right behind me, as in Scott. He was right behind me and just waits and waits and waits. But obviously, Scott is fighting Kang.
And then they're fighting for a while, and it looks like Scott's about to die.
Yeah, it's fucking Kang curb stomps his ass.
And then his arm got broken, which all of a sudden at the end it didn't seem like it was broken at all anymore. You notice that?
It's the quantum realm, man. It doesn't count.
True.
So, just when Scott's about to die, here comes Wasp.
Yep.
It starts like shooting with the
arm.
most ostentatious and overacted
Hand cannon.
hand cannon of all time. She's got to get lessons from Shuri. That's
True.
what she needs.
Maybe it has a lot of kick on it.
You know what? Maybe.
We don't know what it shoots.
I don't.
Shoots laser beam things.
But I thought she was pretty strong. Anyway,
True.
so they get stuck down there forever. So we think. Oh, well, before that, they smash the reactor that his ship power was coming from.
Right.
And he gets sucked into...
Well, they just did pretty much what they did last time. They just took the bigify and the smallify and just smashed it down onto it.
And it went fucking haywire. Kang gets sucked into it.
We can only see the top of his head and then his torso pretty much at one point.
I think, if I remember, that was taken directly from the comics.
Oh, really?
Like that shot where he basically gets sucked in, and it wasn't it wasn't the way that Darren Cross got sucked into the quantum realm, where it was super violent.
Yeah.
This was almost like a whirlpool that sucked him in.
Did he come back?
Did he?
In the comics.
So he became, what was it? He became like energy. Quantum energy or something in the comics. So he was still there.
Interesting.
So he just didn't have a physical form. Kind of like...
They're going to do that for the...
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Kind of like Ultron. Where Ultron, for a while, didn't have a sentient being.
Right.
I could be completely wrong about that, but I think that's what happened.
You made that up.
I just made it up. Marvel, get a hold of me if you need a writer. I know I get everything right.
True.
And then they just make a magic portal. Cassie makes a magic portal.
I guess using that device that they apparently broke the connection.
I think she just unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Yeah, but she Janet smashed the cords for it.
Fucking karate chopped the cords. And it turns out they were like, oh, these are just breakaway cords. I guess we'll just plug it back in.
I guess.
IT called. They were like,
hello? Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
Could have guessed he would have said that. But, yeah, then they make it back, and then Scott doubts everything. We did beat him, right? That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, he goes back to the dude that called him. Oh no, he goes back to the Baskin Robbins guy.
Yeah.
And the Baskin Robbins guy makes a fucking god awful cake.
His first cake in like 30 years.
Yes. So he takes the cake, and as he's walking,
He's being all positive at first, and then he's like,
wait,
questioning it, like, right?
right? He's dead, right? Yeah, we're good.
Right.
Although, and they're all having cake, and as they're having cake, he's still having doubts.
Right. And then it ends, yeah?
Yep, that was it. And then we got the two.
The most important part.
Well, which one? The first one or the second one?
Both.
Which one was the first one? I don't remember.
The first one was the Kang one.
The first one was the Kang one.
Mm-hmm. With all, like, 30 Kangs.
Oh, yeah. When they were, like, at the Citadel or something.
Yeah.
Like, how many did you bring? And he was like,
all of them.
all of me.
We saw a bunch of random weird ones. Like, there were a bunch of, like, mythology kind of ones, it seemed. And they were, like...
Yeah, when that comes out on Disney Plus, I'm definitely gonna...
Specifically watch the open credit, or the end credit scene?
Yeah, just to step through it. Like we did for, like, all the She-Hulk stuff. Especially the hat, or the shoes. It was shoes, right?
Oh, yeah,
we were identifying all the shoes.
That took forever, yeah.
I think we did that longer than the episode took.
Yeah, we did. I remember that.
Nerds!
I mean, there were pretty
But then
interesting characters there. So.
You said that's, to me, the other one is more important.
Well, I think they're both very important.
That is true.
I think, like, the Kang one's very important to know, like, what happens in Kang Dynasty and stuff.
True. And, no. What was that? Frog in my throat. Getting all choked up about Kang. He's just so cool. But the second one was
Very
better
interesting.
for me because that was a teaser for
Loki
season 2.
Which, I don't know. It doesn't really tell us what to expect. We just expect there's a variant of Kang in it.
So it's Loki and Mobius
Right.
at like a magic show or a talent show,
Like an old, like, back in the day,
with,
like 1500.
Yeah, picture the single person wooden stage with the red curtains.
And it wasn't in color. It was like a brownish.
Yeah, it had that like sepia tint to it.
Yeah.
And then it shows a Kang variant on the stage.
Yeah. I don't remember if he said anything important or not.
Yeah, I don't remember either. And they said his name. He said his name, or his name was written on the chalkboard or
He
something.
did say his name. I just don't remember it.
Shit, I don't remember either.
Maybe we should have paid more attention.
That part seems pretty important, his name. Anyway, and was it Loki? Was telling Mobius that was the most terrifying man he'd ever met.
Yeah.
And Mobius was like, wow, this guy?
I don't think so.
Really? This guy is...
That was a
he's
missed
the
opportunity. They should have said that. And they should have made him say, wow.
God, dude, if they don't say it as like the last line of dialogue before he dies, I can see all of my variants. Wow.
Wow.
And then fade to black.
Do you think they're going to kill him off in season 2?
It wouldn't surprise me.
True. I mean, is he very important other than stuff with the TVA?
Maybe not after that. Like, maybe not after season 2, you know?
I mean, depends on if the TVA is still around, right?
They can't just fucking do pruning timelines for 2 seasons. Like, you got to take a step forward as your story arc.
Well, I think the first season was more of just pruning timelines.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And this one's going to be chasing Kang or trying to figure out how to stop the unified timeline.
It's hard to tell at this point. We've seen some, like, we've not seen too much footage.
That's true. But that was Ant-Man Quantumania. It was okay. I mean, as far as Marvel movies go,
it wasn't like No Way Home. It wasn't Multiverse of Madness. It was good, though.
It wasn't Wakanda Forever. It wasn't... I loved Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, me too.
But...
It's on Disney Plus now.
Disney Plus, that is true. It is on Disney Plus. It was okay. We're good. Like, I'm content now until... What's the next thing?
The next movie is The Marvels, I think.
Is it The Marvels?
In November.
What's the and then
Oh wait, no. First is Guardians, and then
I was gonna say
and
Guardians.
Then the Marvels.
But we get
Loki in
Loki too, right?
and also Secret Invasion.
Oh yes. Oh
I
man,
forgot about that.
I'm so excited for all of this shit.
But I think that's the next 4 things we have to look forward to.
I believe so.
I don't think anything else comes.
When is House of Harkness coming?
We don't know.
Oh
It
man,
was- I
I'm
think it's
pumped
been
for that
delayed
one.
and stuff.
That doesn't surprise me.
I don't know. I'll check after this. Actually, I'm curious. Or you can check.
Or yeah. So, on a different topic, that was our recap of that was our very thorough, in-depth, and completely accurate,
And definitely in order.
and definitely in order. Like you won't find a better in-depth analysis than that.
Actually, I think it might have been better than the movie.
I agree. We should actually just get sponsored by Marvel. Really, shout out to Marvel if you're listening to this.
True.
Mr. Marvel, shout out to you.
Mr. Marvel?
I mean, Mrs. Marvel.
Yeah, both.
Shout out to Mr. Disney.
Walt Disney?
Well, the
He didn't
goddamn
even make Marvel.
Walt Disney
Did he?
himself.
No, he didn't. He
No.
made stuff like Mickey Mouse and
I don't even think he made them, did he? Like,
I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I just said
either.
it because it's Disney.
Anyway, I have started a new marketing campaign. What you hear there is is a zipper. That is 50 business-sized magnets with my podcast logo on them and a little QR code. QR code for all you kids in the audience. Or for all you old people in the audience, that's hip lingo for QR code.
Yep, say that all the time.
That's what the kids say.
I also talk about QR codes all the time.
Yeah, I mean, they're the cool thing to do. But, so I'll be passing those out. Shout out if you received a magnet. Thanks for supporting.
You shout out a lot of people.
I'm just trying to grow the brand.
True.
And I appreciate all the support that you give me
Oh yeah, no problem.
by listening at least once a week.
Okay, I know what you should do with those. Go to like a Lowe's or something, and you know all the fridges they sell, just stick them to every fridge.
At Lowe's.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
I don't think be allowed, but
But that's where I'm starting, and then I'd like to get some T-shirts ordered. If you're listening to this and you would like, if you would be interested, I'm trying to gauge interest on T-shirts, see if I can get enough to justify buying a bulk amount of T-shirts. So I will look into buying or selling those for $20 a piece, but we'll see how it goes. But I think this is going to be probably a shorter episode. So we can end it there. I'm really, really tired. It's been a long day. Last night was a long night. And I have to get this edited tonight still because I'm a procrastinator.
or we just didn't have time. We can say it that way.
Yeah, I could lie and say it that way. We had plenty of time like this weekend.
True. And every day since Thursday, but whatever.
Well, did I get in late last night or late from work yesterday? What the fuck did we do yesterday?
I don't remember. I know that I didn't have school yesterday.
I did.
You didn't get too late, didn't you? You didn't get home too late.
You didn't get too late. Huzzah!
No. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. It's not important. But
Wait, yes it is. After this, we will talk about it.
after this, we will go back in time and check it out.
Yes.
Thanks for recapping. We'll probably be recapping The Last of Us.
I was about to say, that's what we did yesterday.
That is what we did yesterday. And then we played WoW.
Yeah, true.
The Last of Us was a good episode. I liked it. It was...
I've liked them all.
Yeah, I have too.
I like the game more, though.
I didn't play it.
Well, I probably like the game more because
What did you play it on?
I didn't. I watched the entire game.
Oh, that's right. I was
Like
going
a
to say,
lot.
we don't have a PlayStation.
But I watched it all.
But I didn't know if you, like, played it at Deontay's house or something.
Right.
Because that fucking nerd has a PlayStation. Nerd! Also, Caleb has a PlayStation. Nerd! But thanks for hanging out with me. I always like recording a podcast episode with you. You bring so much energy to the podcasts when you're talking.
Yeah, I know.
It's just all fucking Ben Stein facts with you.
Yep.
Wow. So, if you're still listening to this, I appreciate you listening to the yammering. Thank you for supporting up till now and in the future. Remember to tell your friends and tell your family, and I don't give a shit if you tell your enemies, as long as the word gets out there. Peace!